Hi everyone, so it is Wednesday. I think it's the 17th of January, I'm not sure, and I don't have anything here to tell me what day it actually is, but I am just quickly hopping on here to tell you guys about this stuff that I picked up. If you follow me on social media, so Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, because yes, I'm on all of those things if you are interested. I'm not particularly great with them, but I'm not bad. I do update them every now and again, and I will pop a link down there if you want to try and find me, but I am just at WavyKate everywhere. I posted about this concealer. This is from, is it Makeup Revolution? Yeah, Makeup Revolution London. And this stuff has been doing the rounds on social media everywhere. Everyone has gone crazy for this stuff because of the fact that they're saying it's a dupe for Tarte's Shape Tape. So I posted a picture on Instagram, which I also then shared on my Facebook and Twitter, just to say that I'd gone into my local Superdrug and I wasn't sure whether they would have sold out or not, because I do live quite rurally and you kind of wonder if the hype gets to such rural places, but unsurprisingly they were actually sold out of a lot of the lighter shades. The shade that I actually picked up was C4, and it turns out that this is probably the right shade for me anyway, but they didn't actually have a tester of this one and it was completely covered in protective packaging, so I took a total gamble with it and it turned out to be probably the perfect shade for me, which is amazing because C4 is, I think it's the fourth shade in the range, to be honest. I was so excited about the fact that they actually had a couple there for me to play with that I wasn't really paying attention to the shade range as a whole. I know that there's a C1 which was unbelievably light, and that probably is the same shade as my Tarte Shape Tape because that's also very light as well. But yeah, I have used this for a couple of days. I've got it on right now. I've got it on under my eyes and sort of done a little bit of spot concealing and stuff. And then I went out for a bike ride. Oh yes. And it's windy, it's a bit rainy. Obviously I got quite hot. It has creased a little bit under my eyes, but then I think that's probably fair enough. That happens with most concealers. You don't need very much. It's got a really similar doe foot applicator to Tarte Shape Tape, which is probably why a lot of people are comparing the two. So you do have to be careful because you can deposit way too much product very easily. Aha! So tricky to do things when you've just got one hand. But I actually really like the packaging. It is smaller than Tarte Shape Tape. I will do, hang on, let me swap arms. Oh my God, that's better. I will probably do a comparison video to Tarte Shape Tape just because I know that a lot of people are curious about how different it is. To be honest though, I think from my initial impressions and what I can remember of Tarte Shape Tape, they are really different concealers. They feel different, they apply different. This concealer is so much nicer than Shape Tape, but then you guys know that I don't like Shape Tape. I know a lot of people do like it, and I do use Shape Tape usually for covering my, what's the word? Eyelids. Gosh, I'm doing well today, aren't I? Usually for covering my eyelids if I am wanting to do a slightly more fancy makeup look, let's say. So I am using Shape Tape, but I'm not using it very often, so I'm not getting through it very quickly. But I personally found Shape Tape incredibly drying. It's good on like a specific spot. If you have one little thing that needs to be covered up, then it's fine. But if you've got a larger area that needs to be covered, I just find it makes your skin look very crepey and dry. And I've tried mixing it with things. I've tried all sorts of different ways of using Shape Tape and I just don't get on with it in the traditional sense. Definitely not under the eyes, it's way too drying. If you're a bit wrinkly in that area like I'm getting now, then it does just accentuate the wrinklage even more. You kind of get to a point in your life where when you were younger, you didn't really have much to conceal as such in terms of like eye baggage, but you put concealer on anyway because it did brighten things and make you look a little bit more awake perhaps. And that was fine, and you can throw as much of it on your face. It really didn't matter. And then you get to a point where actually you do need the concealer to cover the eye baggage, because if you've got a child, it can get pretty serious. Sometimes I get up in the morning and I've got like purple, red, black, just varying degrees of scary eye baggage. It's awful, and it's right in this area here, so you really do want to cover it up. But unfortunately, what also then tends to go hand in hand with being that kind of age is the wrinkleage as well. So life is so cruel sometimes, honestly. So if you're a young person watching this, appreciate your skin, because it's amazing. And there'll come a day where you look in the mirror and you just think, what happened? That was slightly depressing, wasn't it? Wasn't meant to be. It's all good, it's fine. I am trying to look after my skin and make it look the best version possible that I can get. But I am aware of the fact that I am flying towards being in the next decade bracket, which is terrifying. And I know that the wrinkles are just going to get worse and worse and worse. So I am trying to kind of think about what I'm putting on my face to not accentuate these things. Anyway, I wasn't planning on chatting for this long. I need to switch arms again. It was just really a very quick talk about this concealer, but I will probably do some kind of video and compare it to Shape Tape and other concealers that I've got, if you're curious, at some point. Chances are, well, I've got that done already. I don't know. We will see. Anyway, I need to go hop in the shower because, like I said, I've been out for a bike ride. I'm actually really cold, so I'm looking forward to warming up a bit. So I will catch you another time. So I've just come back from this week's weigh-in and I put on 1 pound, which I'm a bit gutted about, but if I'm honest, I think it's probably fair enough. I lost 2.5 pounds last week, which was amazing, but I just wasn't feeling it today. I feel a bit fat today, and I had a few too many chocolates on the weekend, and I've also been eating and testing some Diet Chef food, which I'm not sure when my review is going to be up for that, but as good as Diet Chef food is in terms of low calories, I'm not sure how compatible it is with Slimming World. And yeah, maybe that's just been enough to tip me over into putting on 1 pound, which is really unfortunate because I did go out for a bike ride yesterday and it was a hard one as well. I extended the route that I do. So, bit gutted. I was really hoping to have lost 1 pound to have got my 1 stone award, but never mind, it is what it is, and this is a long-term kind of journey that I'm on, so I'm just going to forget this week and focus on next week, although I can't weigh next week because I think I'm working on Thursday. So yeah, I've got like 2 weeks to lose as much as possible, I guess. So yeah, that is the update for the minute. Makeup wise today, I am wearing Lancome's Tentidol. I think I've forgotten how to pronounce that again already. And I've got a different shade on today. I have got, was it 007 or 008? I think it was 008 today. And yeah, I think I can get away with this one. It's looking pretty good. When I first put it on, I wasn't sure. I think it looked a bit pale, but I think it's settled now and it's actually looking okay. But yeah, so far so good, really liking it. I've tested it with a different moisturiser today. I've got Elemis's really expensive one that I got from Look Fantastic. Is it like 80 odd pounds or something? I don't think I'm making that up. I'm sure it's really expensive, unless that's the price per 100ml maybe. Yeah, that's probably where I'm going wrong. But yeah, I really like it. It's so easy to put on. I think it covers things really nicely without masking anything. But then you will have heard my thoughts about this in my review anyway, so this is just my kind of second day impression, and I'm still impressed. Even with a different shade, I've got another 1 shade to try. I think the other shade is a bit too yellow. I might still give it a go, I don't know. But anyway, so yes, little quick update for you, mainly weight related, but hopefully next week will be a lot better. Hi everyone, it is Friday, what date is it today? Are you okay? You want to come here and have a cuddle? Have a sad person. Come here. Come and have a cuddle. It's alright. What date is it today? It's Friday, the 20th. It's been a long week this week, which is why I've not really picked up the camera very much, so I don't know what that is going to mean to this month's highlights, because this month has just been absolutely crazy so far. So many different emotions for so many different reasons. Let's bring you up to speed. I can't remember what the last segment was that I was talking about, but my husband, Jamie, his gran has not been very well, and sadly she did actually pass away. It was just over a week ago, and obviously that is very sad in itself. Then Jamie's dad, whose mum it is that has passed away, he came back after his mum had passed away to a load of letters at home, basically saying that the procedure that they did for his heart last year isn't working as well as they would like, so they'd like to do some more procedures. And yeah, he came home to like 4 letters, and it's like, you'd have thought if it was quite important that they would call, really. So then he was in a bit of a panic, and he was thinking he might not even be able to make it to his own mum's funeral. It's looking like that should actually be okay now, because honestly, it's looking like that is actually going to be okay now, because they're going to be going up on Sunday, and then they're going to be staying up there. I keep saying up there like you guys know where I'm on about. My husband's dad's side of the family are all from up north, which I know is quite a broad term, but being a southerner, up north just means so much. So they are going up north to go to the funeral, and he's going to be away Sunday night, Monday night, and then back Tuesday at some time. So it's just going to be you and me on Sunday. My God, look at my eyes. Wow, look at the baggage going on. That's actually terrifying. So yeah, that's something that's been going on. Not been sleeping very well as well. And I had an extra long week at work this week, because not only did I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I also worked a good chunk of yesterday as well. I went to like a conference type thing, and we had to leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, or at least I had to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning for us to leave. And then I got home, I went straight to preschool to pick him up for 3 o'clock. So yeah, I was pretty much out the whole day. But happily, Thursday is my usual weigh-in day for Slimming World, isn't it? And I normally get weighed at 10 o'clock in the morning, but obviously I couldn't do that because at that time I was going to be at the conference. So the place where I get weighed also have a weigh-in at 8 o'clock in the morning, which was perfect timing. So I managed to squeeze into that one. Would you like to know how I got on this week? Because last week I put on £1. This week I lost 4.5 pounds. Yes! Show everyone what I've got. What is it? It's a special certificate, isn't it? Because I've now lost 1 stone, or 14 pounds. I've actually lost more than that. I've lost 16 pounds because I've lost 1 stone, 2 pounds. I think that's right. So I'm on my way to my next stone. I am really looking forward to more weight coming off. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a roller coaster week. If you want to see it without it waving around quite so much, there it is. So really happy about that. And I'm beginning to notice the difference. Suddenly clothes are fitting a lot better. I'm kind of feeling slim, even though there's a long way to go. I'm definitely noticing the difference. So it is amazing what a difference losing a stone can make. It really, really can make all the difference in the world. But that's kind of it, really. That's just a quick update. I'm in the middle of trying to sort out dinner. I also should be editing because it's been such a long week. I do have stuff in the can ready to go for videos this week, but I just don't know if it's going to be achievable for me to get stuff up for today, bearing in mind it's about 4:30, 4:45 on a Friday, not even started editing yet. Might be a bit ambitious to get something up today, I don't know. I don't like not getting anything up because not all of you follow me on social media, so if ever I kind of broadcast a message, I know that not all of you are going to get it. I wish on YouTube it was a little bit more of a community where I could post updates. I think there are some people who have that, or I've heard a rumour about that. It's possibly going to be in the future, but that would be really handy because then I can just, I don't know, let you guys know what's going on if you're interested. So yeah, I think that's about it for today. There's still a few more days left of the month. Hopefully there'll be something a little bit more interesting at some point in this update, because I don't feel like I've really done very much other than work and not sleep. Yeah. Okay, look at what his hair. It's like snow, isn't it? Hi everyone, I don't think I've shown you my belated wedding anniversary present yet, have I? And look, we have a current hostage situation going on right here. Oh my god, this is the worst spot I've had in the longest time. It is so painful, I cannot begin to explain. And I don't think it looks that bad. I mean, it is covered in a ton of makeup right now, but I've had this for about a week and it's so bad. If I do this with my tongue, I can actually feel it on the inside as well. That's how bad it is. I don't think I've ever had a spot that bad. Anyway, we're not talking about the current hostage situation, which will hopefully be over soon and I will be released. I'm going to show you what random surprise present my husband sprung on me as a belated wedding anniversary present. And if you remember, my wedding anniversary is the 15th of November. So it's quite belated, but it's very cool. Are you ready for this? Has anyone got any guesses as to what could be in here? It's a very long card box with the most beautiful design on it, which feels as though it's been hand done. I'm not sure. It feels like it's been done with a pen or something. And then there's a little bit down the end here that says, "You make the magic." So any ideas what it could be? I've had to hide this away from my little boy because he would absolutely go nuts for this. But look, it's my very own wand. And look, there's this little card here, which I think is lovely. A wand is your single most important magical tool. It is said to channel a witch or wizard's power and abilities. Use it wisely. Our Auntie Mim's wand maker individually hand turns all wands from a variety of woods. No two are the same. We can accept no responsibility for spells cast. And then there's the back of the card. And then this is my wand. And I do know what this is, but I can't actually remember. I'll put it on screen because I know I wrote about it on Facebook, but I can't remember what it is. So it's got my initials on it. And then a little inscription there, which says, "Your love is magical," which is very sweet. And then if I turn it over, on the other side, there's a whole load of text, which I'll try and focus on. There we go. Any guesses as to what all this could be? We've got the coordinates of where we got married, which, before you go thinking, oh my goodness, how romantic of him, I actually did this first, so he totally stole the idea from me. I got him a beautiful bracelet with some silver kind of thingies on it, and I actually painstakingly looked up the longitude and latitude of where it was we got married, so that's the exact position. That's the date. That's both of our initials. And the little hint there saying "we do." And then that's our little boy's initials, and that's his date of birth. So there we have it, my very own wand. I will let you know how I get on with making some magic happen. I will have to remember some spells from Harry Potter now. Just putting this to my head is making me think of when you're pulling out memories and putting them into, was it the pensieve? Challenging my memory now. Could do with one of those. I feel like my head is full of stuff right now. Hi everyone, so it is the end of the month. It's the 31st of January, it's Wednesday, so it's my short week at work this week. And oh, there goes the postman, bless him, and it's absolutely peeing it down. And I don't think we actually got any post today. Anyway, yeah, it was my short week at work this week, and life has been absolutely crazy. And hopefully I will be able to explain all that's been going on in the next few weeks. We will have to see. But as you can probably see, I'm kind of like halfway through doing my makeup. I've done my base, which on camera is looking pale, but in real life it's not quite as bad as that. So I thought I would do my little sort of end of month roundup conversation thing that I seem to do in each of my monthly highlights, but I thought I would do it whilst finishing off my face. I'm going through some kind of spotty hell at the moment, and there's one of a couple of things that it could be. I am not sure. I'm just going to have to wait it out, I think, and see if it goes away. I am actually going to have some concealer, I think, because, yeah, it's needed. I'm so tired at the moment. So, yeah, I've got some kind of horrible spotty hell situation, and I am pretty sure they're either really nasty hormonal ones, which is possible because they're the kind that just feel really painful and deep-rooted, and I've had a real cluster of them like all around my chin area, and I've not had that in quite some time. So I'm feeling pretty rubbish about my skin at the moment. Or it could be the fact that I've been using the Ordinary's glycolic acid toner stuff, to use that every night, because my skin does seem to overreact to glycolic acid. I don't think it's as strong as the Alpha H liquid gold, that definitely feels like it's got a higher percentage of glycolic acid in it. I don't actually know what the difference is. I should probably have a look. But it definitely feels more gentle, and it does actually say on the bottle you can use it every night, so I have been. But the spot situation has kind of happened at the same time. They kind of sit there and be horrible, and then they eventually kind of start to die away, but I'm still left with some pretty nasty scars. Even though I'm trying my best to leave them alone, I've got one here, which is at that initial, just really painful stage. And yeah, it's getting me down a bit, to be honest, because I feel like, oh, by the way, freshly coloured brows. I almost didn't do them, but I did earlier on because I thought they really need to be done because I'm using way too much product, and when you use too much product, things can end up looking blocky. But yeah, it's really getting me down, and I think it's because of the age that I am. I just don't feel like I should be having to go through this. But I don't actually know 100% what it is. And then I kind of give myself a bit of a mental slap and say, I could be so much worse off than what I am. You know, you need to count your blessings. But I think because I have struggled with my skin on my face for such a long time, ironically, when I was about 20, 21, it was around the time that I met my husband, someone randomly said to me one day, and this is back when I didn't really know much about makeup and how to kind of apply a good face base. And she said to me, God, your skin is just so beautiful. And I suppose it used to be. And it almost feels like ever since she said that, my skin just went, no, I'm not. And then just did whatever it's been doing since then. And let me tell you, when I was 20, 21, that was quite some time ago, as you probably know. So I do feel like I've suffered for quite some time. Yeah, life has been really busy, and apologies, my schedule has just gone all over the shop because I didn't upload anything Friday, and I think I uploaded Saturday, didn't I, which was my Q&A 2. And then I had a video ready for Sunday because I thought I'll just upload Saturday and Sunday, and then I suddenly realised I needed to check that what I'd done was okay, and hopefully by the time you're watching this, that video will have actually already gone live. So that was a video that I did with Diet Chef, and I totally forgot that they do like to have a look at the videos first, which is fair enough. So yeah, I got it all ready, did loads of editing, was really happy with it, and then I literally got to like Saturday evening and thought, oh, I can't make it go live because they're going to want to see it first. Which was entirely my fault, but life is just so full on at the moment that I just didn't really think about it properly. But yeah, we've got so much going on. I think I already told you guys about the fact that my husband's gran died earlier on in the month. She was the last of both of our grandparents left. His dad is also not very well, my husband's dad. He's having to take him into hospital next week because he's got issues with his heart, which they thought they'd fixed, but they did a scan and they're not happy. So we've got that going on. I have been pretty stressed at work. It's extremely busy. Well, it feels extremely busy. I have no idea because I'm still very new at the job that I'm doing. I've only been doing it just over 2 months. So when I first started, I was doing a different role, and then an opportunity presented itself, and I absolutely love the job, and I have relevant experience for it as well, so it gives me a little bit of a leg up in terms of the knowledge that you need. Yeah, it's felt very full on, well, just all the time actually. And I've been told that that is pretty normal, but then I'm also still trying to learn, so I think things will get better. It's got to the point where I am sort of worrying about work in the evening and have I remembered to do everything. The added complicating factor to it is because I'm part-time, I don't kind of get to see maybe a whole task through to the end, not all the time. God, the sun has just moved around and that's not helped things, has it? Right, I think that's okay, isn't it? Excuse the life mess. But yeah, it's just been really full on and I am a worrier, as you guys know. And I've been worrying about work in the evening and whether I've handed everything over to my other half, who works the other half of the week, as best I can. I feel like I've been worrying a lot about what I've been doing and how I've been doing it. And I'm going through a bit of a rough time at the moment. And there is definitely a complicating factor of working part-time, because you don't get that continuity. But you know, we're both on the same page. We know that we have to do what we can to communicate with one another, and you know, we're doing the best that we can whilst trying to learn a new job, whilst it also being very busy as well. So it's a tricky situation. Can you see how much I'm struggling with this mascara on this eye? This is what's been happening with this Diego de la Palma mascara that I initially loved for about 3 or 4 weeks. And it's just getting to the point now where I'm really struggling to make it work, because it just turns into clumpy hell. And I don't think it's how I've kind of stored it or anything. You do kind of just about get there. I mean, it probably still doesn't look too bad, but in reality, that was a battle just to get to that point. Although this eye is usually okay. It doesn't really seem to do the same thing on this side. But it did work on that first side for a long time. So maybe it's just something strange going on with my eyelashes. But it's literally every time I pick this up to use it, and I am still trying to use it consistently. I mean, maybe the formula has changed a bit since I've been using it and air's got in there or something, I don't know. But if anyone else has this mascara, whether they just happen to have it or whether they got it through the beauty advent calendar, let me know if the same thing has happened to you. It definitely gets to the point where you're like, oh, I don't really want to mess with this anymore, but they're not really looking how I want them to look, and I want it to be like what it was when I first got it, because I loved this mascara. And it still feels as though there's a ton of product in there. Right, I think that's going to have to do. I think that's looking okay. This is the Tarte Blush Bliss palette, which I picked up really cheap in the sale that they had not all that long ago. I couldn't resist it. Couldn't resist a blush palette. I'm really liking this brush. I picked this up at the same time as I got the Tarte palette, the blush palette, and it's just like an angled, quite dirty, but angled, very soft, long brush, which just goes under your eyes really nicely. I usually use it for like just powder in general, or just to diffuse blush a bit, because I do tend to go a little bit heavy-handed. And then lastly for lips, I've been really liking these little lipstick queen things that I picked up, because it feels quite like a lip balm, but it does actually give you a tint of colour. When I initially put it on, it's like, whoa, that is some serious colour. But once I've softened it back, it's actually okay, and it does give you that little flush of colour, which is what I want really. And there we go, that is a bit better. You can actually see my face now. But yeah, that's it for this month. It's beautifully sunny outside now, which is nice. Earlier on this morning it was quite nice, and then it really rained, and now it's gone, yeah, really lovely again. But I am so hungry. I've not even had lunch yet. I've not eaten since breakfast, and I am super hungry. So I hope you are all really, really well, and I hope you enjoyed this completely random January highlights. It's felt a bit all over the place, but that's kind of how the month has felt, and I want to be able to present reality to you guys as much as I can. Hopefully February is going to be a fantastic month, because oh my goodness, do I need it. I need it so bad. Anyway, I hope you've had a lovely January. Let me know what you've been getting up to. I'm going to go get myself something to eat because, like I said, I'm super hungry, and I will see you again soon. Bye!